that connects you with the developers and startups that share your goals.
Learn new skills, meet new peers, and discover the latest in technology.
Events are running around the clock, so join us anytime, anywhere.
Reactors are communities to connect. We want you to meet real developers and entrepreneurs just like you. Here you can get skilled up and learn from our product experts in the Microsoft Cloud and in open source. So watch us on demand and share your own perspective as we live stream in communities all around the world.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Rashmita, and I am the event planner for Microsoft Reactor India. This session will run over the next 60 minutes, including Q&A. But before we begin, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, so please be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat section will be open throughout, and we do encourage you all to participate. So please feel free to drop all your questions in the chat section. I would now like to welcome Kamal, our speaker for today's session. Kamal is a developer advocate at Microsoft. She is a Google developer expert, YouTuber with 12 years of experience in web technologies, Android, Flutter, and HarmonyOS. She is also a mentor for open source community builder. But for now, I will hand over to Kamal to begin the session. Let me bring her into the stream. Hey, hi Kamal, good afternoon.
Hi Rashmita, good afternoon. So
Let me
thank you
bring
so
you
much for hosting the show, and welcome everybody back to
you.
another episode of Copilot Chronicles. And today we will be talking about Teams AI library. So before that, last week we had Arjun talking about the extensibility part, how to get the external data, and also he kind of showcased few demo as to how to kind of use plugins and play around with it. So if you've kind of missed it out, you can see the previous meetup link or the live stream video where you would find all the sessions available. And please watch out for the chat window. You would find details of the session links pinged by Rashmita. So please do click the links to find out more details about the Teams AI library. So let's kickstart with today's session, a very interesting concept called the Teams AI library, where we've been talking about it, but today we will kind of get into it, understand what are its features, capabilities, what makes it really unique when compared to the other SDKs. So if I have to talk in a nutshell, Teams AI library is this team-centric interface to GPT-based common language model. Or it's like it kind of moderates the need for you to take like complex and expensive tasks of writing and maintaining conversational bots, because you've seen bots being created, right? But it has to have some logic to integrate with your LLM, that is the large language model. So the AI library kind of provides you the simple capabilities driven approach and helps you create intelligent apps, because at the end of the day we need apps that's quite intelligent enough to understand user query and answers efficiently rather than behave like a bot, which is intended to be actually. So it's at the same time, when you come to the developer's perspective, it should be easily with pre-built features, reusable code snippets, and so that you can focus building the business logic rather than learning the semantics of Teams. Because when I'm developing something, so rather than thinking about the scaffolding, the project, how the snippets have to be arranged, so more of these focus can be driven out, and the Teams AI library helps you learn the business logic and helps you in building a very intelligent app. So Rashmita has already introduced me. So I'm a developer advocate at Microsoft, and I work purely on the Teams toolkit part, and also I work on the couple of other Copilot stuff. So yeah, you would also see me organizing the Copilot Chronicles. So before I start with the agenda, I would like to always keep in mind as to what your sessions would be, like what it's going to be compromising today, or what are the topics that I would be covering. So first thing, Teams AI library, capabilities, features, and the chef bot sample. So I'll show you a quick sample how to create your AI bot and how you can play around with the prompts, and how you can kind of get it working. So it's a very simple skeleton structure which is built. So let's get started. So if someone asks me what exactly is Teams AI library, definition is kind of available on the screen. It says Teams AI library is the development tool that allows developers to build an artificial intelligent application on Teams platform. Yes. So Teams AI library is just not another SDK. If we have both framework SDK for bot on Teams, and now we have Teams AI library. So it's another SDK for developers to connect their team bots to OpenAI. That is what I would say. So it's just like we have another bot here. Now, if you look at this, it is the general conversation that happens between a human and a bot, a developer and an end user. Now, when you ask, okay, can you roll out what is the status of the console client? Now, what really happens? It gets into your team bot, and then your AI library with your Azure OpenAI helps you answer your questions. So there we have whether it could be temperature, getting data, well, getting some input, getting some information. So this is where your team's AI library kind of plays a very important role in getting the information back. So this is the kind of a very bare structure as to what is happening behind the scenes, but we have to get more technical in detail. We will kind of go through it in the upcoming screens. So now coming to why use Teams AI library, why not different one? What was that Teams AI library is kind of outstanding when compared to the other libraries? Definitely, there are a lot of aspects. The first thing, the AI library is a team centric, as I told you. Your apps that you build can use LLM, which was not available, to facilitate more natural conversations, because we don't want those mission based languages like saying, if I'm looking for a stock update, I need the bot to ask me more specific questions like, which stock update are you looking for? So rather than giving me this random response, so the natural conversational interaction with the user, guiding that conversation into your app skill, that is also a very important aspect. So just not giving your plain text, that also kind of leverages and trains your LLM so that it gives you a better results going forward, so that you can focus more on the writing the business logic and allow teams to handle this part, so you don't handle the complexity of the conversational bots, so that you can easily extract the utilize the user's intent within your app. So now coming to this, again, this is another structure which says, okay, I'm asking the bot, make me a task for Amy. Now it kind of interacts with the bot built with SDK, LLM, and it says, here's the new task. Now I can go to the Copilot, or I can go use my assistant, ask, can you summarize the meeting for me, whatever has happened? And it kind of summarizes the detail, right? So it kind of processes all your natural language with the LLM, and it kind of gives you the result. And then again, from there forth, you kind of ask a more detailed description. So now, if you ask me what are these, to get a little more a layer beneath it, just give you, yeah. So to talk a little more about this before I get into the next part of what the Teams AI library does more in deep, I can say AI libraries that, again, team centric interface to LLM. So it acts as an interface to your LLM. Use pre-built templates to add Teams app capabilities. Then coming to the other part is it uses the unique prompt engineering to add chat GPT, which is another important features which we come across, which is the prompt engineering, which has the similar English like snippets. So I'll show you when I'm showing the demo case how the prompt file, JS file looks like a conversational experience to your bot, and built-in safety features like moderation helps ensure your bot always responds in an appropriate manner, because that is also important. The moment you create a bot and it is not responding the way it has to, then your bot is something not working as you desire, right? So the library includes the planning engine. So there's a planner, there's a prompt. So the planner kind of helps you or lets the model identify the user's intent, and then maps that intent to the action that you implement. So I'll also let you know how this intent work. You can easily support or easily add support for an NLM of your choice without changing the bot logic, which is very, very important. At the same time, Teams AI library is available in JavaScript and as well as C Hash languages. You can harness the power of AI to create intelligent, user-friendly applications for Microsoft Teams using programming language. They are more comfortable. So we are committed in the mindset to kind of build an AI product with the tools and languages you want in order to make the best experience possible for your customers on Teams. So that's where this Teams AI library plays a very important role, and I would suggest to choose one going forward. Now, so as I told you about the prompt, about the intent, which kind of helps you, which guides you, and it kind of helps with the moderation, and the team centric, which acts like an interface in the LLM, and the LLM modularity. Kind of developers can use the LLM they choose. Coming to the features of Teams AI library. So there are like 10 to 12 features that makes Teams AI library completely stand out. Now coming to the first one, because why am I kind of going through all this is to make them understand what exactly Teams library AI library is, when to use it, how to use it, and in which scenarios to use it, and how to understand the basic skeleton of it before you start building more complex aspects on it by using SSO and furthermore features on it. So first thing, as I told you, it is a simple team-centric component scaffolding. So when I say it's a very simple, as simple Teams-centric component scaffolding is, it simplifies the Teams app model so that you can focus on the extension needed versus the protocol required. You can use this pre-built templates and add your business logic to the scaffold to add modules such as bots or message extensions, adaptive card. You can kind of over add it on it or link unfurling. So the scaffolding is in such a way that it helps you do things in a very more systematic way. Then coming on to the natural language modeling. Now coming to the natural language modeling, which plays a very vital aspects in your Teams AI library is, Teams AI library is built with GPT powered language model so that you don't need to spend to write your conversational logics or identify your user intents, because building AI powered TM is so easy, more compliant, and it is consistent. That is another aspect that we have to touch base. It's consistent, usable than ever before. So bot can run in context and assist when the bot recognizes a user intent that maps to one of the bot actions. So the boost, this actually kind of helps you to boost your conversations without reading users explicit talk to the bot using a small set of registered action. So and natural language modeling is another feature and capabilities of your Teams AI library. Coming to prompt engineering. So as I suggested, there is a file called prompt.js. So there you have all your details related to prompt. So this actually helps you to design prompt considering user intent. It's like the context of conversations and the bot personality. The bot can be personalized and customized to meet the user needs. So they have this simple text-like sentences in your prompt engineering. So we'll also have a look into it. So these all features kind of compromises or kind of combines to make your Teams AI library. Coming to the conversational session history. Yes, it's very important to understand your history. Based on it, it trains your LLM and then kind of gets the output. So Teams AI library remembers the context across the message, helps you to improve bot performance by analyzing the pattern. So say, for example, I quickly ask what's the temperature and it kind of tells me, okay, instead of asking which place or instead of intelligently analyzing the current location, it kind of randomly gives you a detail, then the bot is not working as desired, right? So it analyzes your patterns, it analyzes your questions, it analyzes if you're asking in Celsius or Fahrenheit. So a lot of aspects it's kind of doing it in the background, and then it kind of gives you an output. Then coming to the prompt management, that's also another feature. So when it comes to prompt management, I would say it's a dynamic prompt management feature of the AI system, because that it kind of allows and adjusts the size and content of the prompt that is sent to the language model. Now, this is what has been sent to the language model, which trains your LLM based on the available token, budget, data source, or even the augmentation. So it kind of improves the efficiency, accuracy of the model by ensuring that the prompt does not need to exceed the context window or include relevant information. So prompt management kind of manages your prompt and then it kind of sends it to the LLM. Coming to the augmentation is another response, or I would say it kind of efficiently enhances your direct to your AI model with the response and augmentation. So using different augmentation modes, like it can tailor your model. Now, when we say we train our LLM, what are the training part kind of does it? It increases the accuracy for the desired outcomes. And also there is something called as RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation. It's a pattern. It automatically incorporates real time dynamic specific external data sources into your model response and enabling kind of up to date conceptual accurate results. So instead of it kind of generating a data, if it was able to get a specific external data, definitely just being more conceptual, more accurate, and more fine tuning is happening, and retraining your model. So every time the data is coming, it's getting retrained. So coming to the other part about the augmentation, I can add is about the sales number, or even customize to a specific user data, or with the rack pattern. There are a couple of other things that you can think about, or the monologue, or the functions, sequence. These all are the different aspects of it. So when I say monologue, say you create an AutoGPT style agent capable of performing multi-step actions independently. That is what we're looking for. And also reliable with a full schema validation and automatic repair include. Or the sequence, which kind of enables your AI assistants to return a sequence of actions with schema validation, increasing reliability. Or the functions that I'm talking about, which produces structured responses from your model by employing user defined function. So the actual planner kind of accesses your model responses against the schema, making a repair as needed, increasing response reliability, consistency. So these are some of the features that kind of gets more deepened. And when you kind of say, in a nutshell, when you look at the first layer, you say LLM, you say prompt engineering, but how are they connected? Why are they connected? And what is the benefit out of it? So these are the details about it. Next, coming to the enhanced reasoning. Teams AI library has this integrated fact checking system, I would say, kind of tackle bot hallucination. So when a user interacts, what with the AI assistants for answering a question, like the system prompts the bot to engage in the process of self-reflection. Critical evaluation is a very potential thing. It kind of responses before sending. It's not that the moment you ask a question, you get a random data. No, it kind of analyzes the data, introspects it, allows the bot to identify inaccuracy. So it's just not giving you the data, but it also kind of helps you find if there is any inaccuracy, corrects the answer, and then gives you the details, which kind of improves the accuracy, trains your model, uh, follows a particular pattern, reworks on your pattern, quality, contextual relevance is kind of given. The moment I ask, can you give me the currency details of it, and it gives you something else, maybe temperature related or a different currency, definitely it's not a contextual relevance, right? So advanced reasoning ensures that your AI assistant becomes the dependent source of information, judgment, building trust in your product, and drawing user back every day. So enhanced reasoning is also a very important aspect of your team's AI library. Coming to the feedback loop, another important, or the LLM modularity. It's an advanced language that kind of utilizes the latent variable to generate coherent and diverse natural language, text, and style. So the reason why I'm kind of highlighting this modularity is, say, you have the flexibility to swap with the LLM of your choice without changing the bot logic, which is something kind of outstands when compared to other SDKs. This means you can kind of keep choosing your app content outside the public domain and confine to your preferred LLM module. So your LLM module kind of has that flexibility to be swapped. So coming to the feedback loop, another important aspect which kind of allows you to validate, correct the output of the language module. It checks the structure, missing information, error, feedback, and it also plans or monologues what the model returns. So the feedback loop can kind of improve the quality, reliability, and even the accuracy of your AI system, and reduces the chances of hallucination or invalid actions, which is very important in the world of AI. Coming to the another feature, which is the localizations, which is also plays a very important role, because we have to consider this factor of localization in the open AI GPT model, and it is available. So that's the good one. So when a user inputs in any language, the input is consistently translated, which is very important, to the intent, entities, resultant actions that app understands without the need to build or maintain localization needs. That's also another important aspect or feature which kind of highlights Teams AI library, or it brings one step further when compared to the other SDKs. Action planner, as I told you, there are certain files like the planner, the prompt, which kind of highlights the team's AI library, right? So it kind of helps you to create a very ethical, responsible conversational apps. Now, say for example, moderation hooks, or whether conversation sweeping or feedback loop. Now, feedback loop, it kind of helps you to evaluate your performance of the bot for a high quality conversation and enhances your user experience. So Teams AI library is offers you support low code to complex scenarios. So it is kind of varying degrees between two extreme ends. So the library extends capabilities with AI constructs, builds to do what? To build the natural language modeling, right? Scenario specific user input, personalizations, automated context aware conversations. So it kind of does a lot of multiple uh, roles when kind of doing a planning part, and the feedback loop kind of take care of it. Yeah, so this is also one more feature that you can talk about Teams AI library. Next, coming to the yeah, so responsible AI and the action planner, which I was talking about, it plays an internal feedback loop. Now, just to add another point about the feedback loop, it kind of increases the reliability by fixing the superpower response from the LLM. So it kind of works on your LLM response and helps you include several features like enhancing or customizing your model, or even for the fact that it kind of configures your selected LLM to planner and ships with an open AI model, kind of that supports both OpenAI and Azure OpenAI LLM. So that's the capabilities of Teams AI library. So these were the features of it that we've covered, starting from prompt, responsible AI, um, uh, augmentation and localization, feedback loop, action planner. So these were all the feature that kind of helps Teams AI library different when compared to the other SDKs. Now coming to what are Teams AI libraries capabilities, what all it is capable of doing. So there are three things that we can think of. Earlier we were using bot builders, right? SDK directly to create bots for Microsoft Team. But now Teams AI library is designed to facilitate that construction of bot that can interact with the Teams, Microsoft Teams. While one of the key features of Teams AI library is that I could kind of highlight is the AI support that customizer can utilize. The initial objective might be upgraded their current bot without AI. So after your upgrade, the bot can kind of connect with your AI or even the LLM available in the AI library. So that is what Teams AI library is designed to facilitate. So coming to the three parts where, as I mentioned, is capable of. So one is send and receive messages. The next one is the message extension, and the other one is the adaptive card capabilities. So you need to use the AI library to scaffold bot and adaptive card handlers to the source file. In the bot framework, okay, before getting into that, okay, coming to the send and receive message. So you can send and receive messages with your bot framework. So the app kind of listens to the users to send a message, and then when the moment it receives the message, it deletes the conversation state, it sends the message back to the user. The app also tracks the number of messages received in the conversation, echoes back to the user message with the count and the message received so far. So it keeps track of all your messages. And coming to the bot framework SDK, it has handler, which is called the Teams activity handler. You need it to set up the message extension query handler by extending the handler method. Now, there are certain handlers that you will see in the code. Then the app kind of listens to your search actions, the item tabs, the format search result as a list of hero cards displaying page information. So the result is used to display. Now, whatever the results out of these handlers, the activity, the action, is display the search results in the messaging extension. That is what is all about messaging extension capabilities. So first is the send and receive, tracks all your messages. Next is the displaying part. And coming to the adaptive card capabilities, yes, it also has an action handler using, you would find it like it's called the app dot adaptive card property. So here again, the app listens to the message containing the keyword static or dynamic, returns an adaptive card using the static message handler or dynamic message handlers. So the app again often listens to queries from a dynamic search card, submit buttons on the app card. So it does all these three vital capabilities when compared to a different AI library. So Teams AI library does that part. So as I told you, I'll quickly show you the example of the chef bot example or a quick demo as to how to create an AI bot. And also I'll show you the resources. So Rashmita must have pinged you the link in the comment section where you can kind of go through the Teams AI library. So I'll just quickly get on to the code more. I'll open the VS Code. So, Rashmita, are you able to view my screen, the code screen?
No, not yet, Kamal.
Okay. Okay, you're seeing my slides right again?
Yes, the slide I can see at the backstage.
Okay, now can you see my core, Visual Studio?
No, no.
Okay, now?
No, Kamal. Still, the slides are there.
Okay, wait, let me
Just
quickly.
stop sharing one more time and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
try.
Okay, are you able to
Yes,
see
now I
my
can see.
screen?
Yep. Yes, it's up.
Or
It's up. Yep.
okay. Just give me a minute. Let me. Okay, now are you able to see the screen? Yes, right? Still, you see the
Yes.
VS
Yes,
Code,
yes,
right?
Kamal.
Okay.
We can see. Yeah, the
Okay.
code.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to
Yes,
quickly open
yes.
a new window. Uh, just give me a minute. Let me. So you can see the screen. It's getting back to the old
Yes, I've
screen.
added the code. Yeah.
Okay, not this one. Wait, let me close this window and then open a new one. Okay, there were multiple windows, so
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, yeah. So this is the screen where you can see the Visual Studio. So all I have done is clicked on the Teams toolkit icon here. So the moment I click on it, you would see create a new app. All right. The moment I click here, you get the bot. So here we go ahead with the first one, which is the AI chat bot. And feel free to use different language, but I prefer, as of now, the chat. And I'm just clicking on the default and I'm going to say test bot AI. And you can see that it is kind of creating a new window. Okay, I'll have to again stop sharing and reshare it because the access gets onto a different window. Um, okay, yeah. So the moment I say create a new app and then create an AI chatbot, this is what you get. So you get the first one is your preview README file, which tells you how to get started with it. It kind of gives you all the step, what to do it, and you would also see what are the steps that you'll have to fill in order to get. So let's keep this aside. So let me get into this part of the screen, and I'll kind of brief you as to what it is. Just yeah. So here there are a couple of components in the Teams AI, like the planner. As I told you, there is something called as planner, uh, prompt, right? So here, if you click on the source, you would find prompt. So this is what I was talking about. So you are an AI assistant that helps you people find information. So I'm just gonna add some, say, documentation, few text over here just to update it. So it's the moderator and a prompt manager that all your stuff that you create all inside this application. So we create an OpenAI model. So we come here in app.js. So here we are doing this OpenAI model. So what I'll do is I'll uncomment um, this part and comment this. So then coming to the prompt part, which I've already kind of used. So we are creating a model with Azure OpenAI. Now, as I told you, the prompt that is what interesting in Teams AI library. It gives an opportunity for us to create a prompt inside a project. So this prompt is actually coming from this folder, which I told you. And if you see here, you can see the prompt being referred here. So this is that same folder that I was talking about. And you can write all your description like your assistant that helps people to find, right? So these are the details about it. And there is also something called the config, where you have your configurations and your password ID updated. And the main thing is here, the prompt, your configuration, and your app is your main, where, as I told you, you have your prompt manager, your action planner, the main files, right? So you have the model prompt. So I'm just going to quickly run this file, okay? And then we will see how does this looks like. So this is going to take a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, I have some exciting news that I would like to share with you guys. In the meantime, so we have kickstarted the. Okay, it's kind of still running. Yeah. So we have kickstarted the new global Copilot Summit, which is happening throughout the globe starting April 6th until 18th of May. So we are covering 16 cities, starting from Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Pune, Gurgaon, Mumbai, and Hyderabad. And also internationally, we are covering Redmond, San Francisco, Toronto, New York, Sao Paulo, UAE, Tel Aviv, Shanghai, Sydney. And all this is going to be in-person event with a half day. And the main focus of this event is going to be about Copilot. So we are going to be talking more on the Copilot stuff. And you would also see promotions happening. We have speakers, all industry speakers, all professional MVPs who are going to be talking about Copilot, extensibility of it, um, about Git Copilot, and how to extend your Copilot into enterprise data, Power Apps with Copilots. So you think about everything, how to kind of adopt it, extend it, and build with Copilot. That is what your entire summit is going to be about. So if you're interested, it's happening on April 6th in Bangalore. Please join us at the Microsoft Reactor Center. I will be also posting the link, so you can register, and we are looking forward to meeting you in person. And if you're not available in Bangalore, different cities, yes, we do have dates will be available. I will send you all the details, post the link, so you can join at any of the centers that's near to your place that you kind of reside, and you would be able to join the summit. And if you're internationally, globally present at any of these reactor centers, we would love to see you. We would love to see what you're building with Copilot and with Microsoft 365, your apps, and definitely looking forward to it. And let's see if the app is being built in the meantime. And if you have any questions related to the Teams AI library or the Global Copilot Summit, how you want to be a part of it, just drop it in the comments, and we'll help you with the registration. So it's still kind of running the application. So in the meantime, Rashmika, do we have any questions that I can take?
No, Kamal, not. I mean, can't see any question apart from Arjav.
Mm-hmm.
That we have only one question. I mean, if he's there, you can ask him to elaborate or
Mm-hmm.
this question. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Okay, Arjav, I see a question. You say wanted to understand the embedding planning and intent recognition feature. Please cover that. Uh, Now, when you're talking about it, the intent recognition features, are you talking about the AI facial recognition part of Teams AI library, or are you talking very specific to a project that you're working, or is that you're using Teams AI library and you're trying to implement a particular feature? So, if you're still available, maybe you can just drop in a few more details about it, because I
Yeah.
need to understand more about the intent part that you're talking.
Yeah, I think Arjav is there. He just pinged in the comment section saying that I think he's typing in more to that question. So yeah. Other than that, we don't
Okay.
have any more questions, Kamal. Yeah.
Sure, no problem. So I quickly shared even the link that I'm talking about. Um,
Okay, so we have another question from Chris. I'll just bring that up for you.
okay, can Teams AI library used to extend M365 Copilot as well, or just Teams? It can extend M365 Copilot. So yes, it can do. It can extend. So you can look at the details in the link that I've kind of posted there. So yes, we do have, and we also have few sessions being covered on the part.
Okay, so Arjav's,
Arab's, Arjav's
yeah,
question is
question. Yeah.
predictive engine for mapping intents to action. Quite interesting. Uh, Maybe Arjav, I'm not pretty sure about the engine part that you're talking. Maybe I can take this offline with you. So I'll just drop in uh, maybe you can drop in your email address or something, then I can get in touch with you to understand in detail about what kind of intent mapping of intents are you talking about. It looks like you're working on a project and you have questions related to it. Yeah, so Rashmita has kind of dropped. Sure, definitely, Ajav, sounds good. So we can definitely connect on it and connect on Teams, because I need to understand what kind of predictive engines that you're talking and what kind of mapping intents that you are intending, and maybe you are getting an error, or is this a very general query that you're asking? So need to understand on those aspects. And
We have another question from Chris.
can I
Yeah.
test my plugin for M365 Copilot in Teams interface you're about to show? Yes, yes, definitely. We have a separate, in fact, last to last week, Bob had kind of shown us very clearly how to kind of integrate plugins for M365 Copilot. So maybe I can pull out those series. That's an entirely different series on using plugins for M365 Copilot. But this is more of a simple Teams AI bot that I've created. But definitely you can play around with your prompt and your action planners here and see what kind of plugins that you're looking for. But Bob had covered an exclusive session on it. Even Arjun also had covered about it, because that's entirely a different topic of discussion that if I have to carry on this part. So coming to the our session, coming back to our session, And yeah, before that, I also see I want to register for the Global Copilot Summit in Hyderabad. Yes, we have in different cities. So I will ping you on LinkedIn and on all these. There are different forms because since we are covering 16 cities, we could not maintain one single reactor forms or um, a single place of contact. So we have multiple forms for multiple cities. So I'll leave the link to all of them. So feel free to register, be in person, meet people from the team, Microsoft team, or the P team who is working on Copilot. You can talk to them personally, understand how really they kind of work in and out with the Copilot, how are they working on the projects. We also have partners coming in demoing their applications, how they are building applications, leveraging their business, and how they're kind of monetizing their business using Microsoft application. So yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, okay. So definitely, yeah, so we have another question from Chris. So are there different planners available from the SK signature? It seems semantic kernel is behind the scene. Yes, there are different planners available, but I'm pretty not sure about the kernel part. But yeah, but there are definitely different planners available. So we do have entirely a different planner section available in this SDK. So coming to the presentation part, yes, as I told you about the all the
Sorry, Kamal.
features.
There is another
Yes.
question from Chris. I just put that up for you.
Okay, let me quickly check. Okay, yeah. Chris, can you drop the testing M365 Copilot in the chat, please? Chris, I think you can definitely try out. Go ahead with the copilot.microsoft.com. Try, give it a try. See if you are able to test the Copilot. If not, go ahead with the subscription, and you should feel free to try it. It's amazing. Um, Let us know about it, how you feel and how does it work. So back to the sessions, let me finish it up this, and then we can pick up a few more questions or updates. So yeah, this is the link that I was talking about. So it's all about the team's AI library here, and the features or the core uh, what do you say, the capabilities or the features that I was talking about. So we had Chris talking about action planner. Yes, it is the details available here. And why I wanted to open this link was to show you the couple of samples that we have. So when I say samples, I just picked up a very simple AI bot. Here you can see there are different bots available with a sample to try it out. And also definitely there, if you don't want to start up with something from the scratch, you can go ahead, try out different like 20 questions, DevOps bots, list bot, light bot, food ordering assistant. So try out with these examples and you should be good to go to try out with the new AI bot. And coming to the other part was, yeah, here also we have code samples, just exclusively talking about sending and receiving of messages. So, okay, here you can see the sample, the moment when I say send and receive messages, how it kind of analyzes it. So it says, okay, I have deleted the current conversational state. So you can see how it kind of loops it. And the same way we have even message extension, the code available here, and the adaptive card capabilities. So these are the details about it, and there is some bot logic. Feel free to get into it. The same is available on the VS Code as well. This was for more of your light bulb on and off kind of current status of your light, where your bot kind of answers it whether the light is on or off, and it kind of returns your action handler. And there was another one which I wanted to show and highlight. Yeah, these are the kind of conversations that you have and how it kind of analyzes it, and it kind of trains your responses and your LLM and gives you the details. Yeah, so yeah, this was the one that I wanted to show you. So coming to the initial setup, whatever we have done, creating the AI component is available here. You remember we kind of deactivated the OpenAI support and opened the Azure OpenAI support, defining the storage and the application, whether it's the planner or the moderator, which we were talking about, and the registering part, the prompt part, the instructions. So remember, I kind of mentioned you, this is the file that kind of contains the support template variables and functions. This is where it defines all your text and prompt in your all the text that is available on your prompt. And coming to the query, so you can have a look into all these details. I just wanted to show you the output of it. So give me, yeah. So if you would love to try the same example on your command line, building a simple or run a simple app, you can just clone this repo, open the folder, and you're good to go to run this. And when you do it, you get this ad. So you have to have your M365 account set and your Azure account. And when you do this, you get this entire app built here. And this is the kind of conversation you have. Like, it says, "Hi there, my name is Team's Chef. It's nice to meet you. What's your name?" And the name you give, it kind of tells, okay, "Hi, Caesar. It's great to meet you." So this is the kind of conversational bots that you have. Let me close this. Yeah. Yeah. So here are the instructions. Here are the few FAQs. CLI setup is available. Visual Studio Code is also available. So whatever I wanted, whatever the bot that I simply created right now, a simple bot is something like this. So you would be able to get your bot running. So I want you to give it a try and let me know how this works. And also there is the GitHub clone that I was talking about. Let me quickly ping you the link as well, or I'll just ping it up in the chat window. So let me quickly get you the link for it. So yeah, I've kind of Ashmita, can you help me post this link on the chat so that people can view at this? They can find out all the examples related to
Yeah.
the Teams AI library, the example. So get on to the S docs. You will find the examples. I've just pinged you on the chat. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I have one question from Chris. He says, can you show how the bot can access files in the conversation? Files in the conversation, that would be an entirely a different series, or to explain in detail how it works, because I can just right now kind of drag the file. It could be a Word file, or it could be an image telling, can you please kind of brief, say for example, it's a meeting notes and I want to understand what is the summary of the meeting notes. I could do it just by dragging the file, asking, can you please draft a summary of this meeting notes? But it would happen in seconds and you would get the result. But behind the scene, what is happening, how this is happening, what is the code that is kind of helping to do this, it requires a completely a separate session for this. So I would love to do it another session to bring a file, explain all this. So maybe next series at the in the Copilot Chronicles, we can kind of cover this. That's a good suggestion, Chris. So maybe we can get a file, kind of help to see how Teams AI library can help me analyzing this file, or what weird way of analyzing this file comes up with, in case if I give a very plain file or if I give some junk file, is it recognize it? So we can kind of experiment it with it and kind of take it from there. So definitely we'll come up with a new series on it. So as of now, this is was a kind of an overview. In fact, we haven't gone a little more depth about in depth in about the Teams AI library. We just saw what are the features, capabilities. Definitely, as Chris kind of brought in a situation, we can kind of build a scenario out of it, or we can work on the SSO part, or we can kind of work with more complex conversations with the bot using the Teams AI library. We'll definitely have a look into it in the upcoming series, and kind of check all this. And I think that's it for today. So I'll also be leaving the link for the Global Copilot Summit, which is happening in the 16 cities globally. Looking forward to meeting you all in person. If you are available in any of the cities, please do come meet us. We leave you all the details. And yeah, thank you so much. All to you, Rashmita.
Thank you so much, Kamal, for hosting this amazing session. And thank you all for joining us today. Please visit Microsoft Reactor website for more upcoming sessions. The Copilot Chronicles for all the sessions for April has been already published. So please just go to the Reactor website and register for all the upcoming session. Please use the Learn module link, which I've already shared in the chat section. And also right now you can see on the screen. Please try to just go and learn, and if you have any further question, please come back and let Kamal know about it. Thank you so much once again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.